And today, on the first day of Camp NaNoWriMo, April 2013, I would like to share with you my NaNoWriMo advice. So it is day one of Camp NaNoWriMo. I started writing right at midnight last night and I got about 1,500 words, so I've almost reached the daily minimum goal. And, you know, after vlogging, once my daylight goes down, I'm going to get as far ahead as I can, so I'm not as stressed out about that as I think I will be in the later days of this month. Anyways, I got a couple of messages over the last week from people who were attempting NaNoWriMo for the first time and were wondering if maybe I had some advice to share, and well, I do. My advice today comes in 5 parts. Let's start with part 1, because why would we start with like part 4 or something? That's just chaos. So my first piece of advice is about the actual writing, and that is to write every single day. Even if you don't think you can write the full amount, just sit down and try to write every single day, multiple times a day if you can, because that will just really help you get those words done. Also, try to get ahead if you have the time and ability to do that. Being ahead in word count feels so great, and being behind in word count feels so terrible. Even if you fall just 1 day behind, it is a slippery slope from there, my friend. Then you're 3,000 words behind, and then you're 5,000 words behind, and then you're 10,000 words behind, and you're like, what the balls? I give up. Don't do that! Don't give up! It's really important to stay on top of your word count and to not fall behind. Just keep writing, never stop writing. Part 2 of my advice is dedication. Failure is not an option, and you really have to believe that. You need to commit to NaNoWriMo like it's a long-term relationship. Live and breathe and dream and just immerse yourself in your story and your writing. Got a spare moment? Sit down and type out a paragraph. If you're like on a long drive or, I don't know, bored in class, I don't judge you. I'm not your teacher. Daydream about your story. Figure out how the next scene will go. Write your story whenever you have a moment, and when you don't have time to actually sit down and write, think about your story. Let it be working in your brain. You need to be married to your story. No time to hang out with friends or go to the bar. You have to get home to the old ball and chain, but it's okay because you love the ball and chain. Which brings me to point number 3. Love and passion. Be passionate about your story and the writing of it. Get excited to write. Build up the activity of writing in your head so it's like frickin' Christmas. You can't wait to get at the computer and start typing. You need to love your story and love your characters, because at some point during the month it's probably going to get really rough and you're going to feel like giving up. But having a really strong connection to your story and loving it and being passionate about it might just be enough to prevent you from giving up. And if you have that love and passion, then it's easier for you to go through the tough times and stick it out because you love it and it will be worth it. I do recommend at the beginning of the month, this time when the love and passion and excitement is really high, to make a list about everything you love about your story. Characters, settings, particular scenes, pieces of dialogue, just anything that you love and think is really cool about your story. Write it down on this love list. And then when the going gets rough later in the month, you can reference this list and remember, oh yeah, I love this story. That part, that's really freaking cool. My next piece of advice, part 4. Now this piece of advice isn't required by any means, but it is heavily recommended by me, and that is get involved in the community. All of the positive encouragement and cheering each other on and just feeling like we're all in this together is powerful and motivating. Check out the NaNoWriMo forums and follow NaNoWriMo on Twitter and find other bloggers and vloggers who are participating and reach out to talk to them. Camp NaNoWriMo has this thing where they can assign you to a cabin of like 4 to 6 other people. do that. Get a cabin and interact with your cabin mates and motivate and encourage each other and just get involved and feel the NaNoWriMo spirit. Even if you don't want to get like super involved in the community, I do recommend finding at least one other person who is participating in NaNoWriMo, and you guys can kind of like encourage each other and cheer each other on. I really think it helps a lot to have a buddy to help motivate you throughout the month. Recommended. And finally, my last piece of advice, which is the cheesiest of all the advices: have fun! High five. Writing a story is an adventure of ups and downs, and you will experience both ups and downs, but hopefully, overall, NaNoWriMo should be an enjoyable experience. If you're not enjoying it and you're feeling miserable and stressed out, then try to fix it so that you are enjoying it. If you're too stressed out about your word count, then maybe you have to lower your goal a little bit. If your story isn't going well and making you miserable, then try to remember what you love about it and try to bring that love back and find that spark of excitement again. You should be trying hard and pushing yourself to reach your goal, but if you're not having fun, if you're not enjoying it, then it won't feel like a victory at the end. Really, my best advice for how to have fun during NaNoWriMo is to keep up with the other tips that I gave you. When you're involved in the community and you're ahead in word count and you're loving your story, that is so much fun. You are having fun. All of the funs, you're having them. If your word count is on track, then it's such a relief, and that alone might be enough to keep your spirits lifted throughout the month. So just stay on top of your word count, because winning NaNoWriMo is like 1,000,000 times more fun than losing NaNoWriMo. Anyways, that is everything I wanted to talk to you about today. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you have a wonderful NaNoWriMo and that you meet all of your word count goals and have fun and love your story, and it's just a fantastic month for you and me, because I'm a little selfish. I want to have a good month too. Don't hog the good month, you jerk. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will have a new NaNoWriMo video up in a couple of days and another vlog in the meantime. So I will see you soon. Goodbye!